Hey there guys, this is Pharaoh2091 and welcome back to Let's Play Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney Dual Destinies. The last time we left off, we learned a couple things about Hugh here when we started the trial. One being that he's a part-time construction worker, a crane operator, and that he also hurt his left hand. So he can only use his one hand. But right now we're trying to think how else the body was moved besides the assertion that it was like the mat and ball cart. Well, she kind of brought up the winch, so I gotta prove what it is. So I'm kind of going back and forth between the school banner and a photo, but I think it's mainly his banner because it uses the winch to go back and forth, and it also has blood on it as well, which I assume belongs to Courtney, or Constance Court. Jeez. The key here is the thing that ties the art room and the stage together. Might I propose an idea? It might do you well to tie your lips together, lest you further expose your ignorance. And he's just laughing his ass off. This isn't exactly the time for black comedy, Prosecutor Blackquill. Anyway, the court will recall the wire on which the school banner was hung. That wire was strung between the art room and the stage, which allows students to run or reel in the school banner from the art room. The body could have easily been lowered down to the stage with this wire. Oh, didn't think of that. Nice job. Objection. Spare me your armchair theories. This wasn't some kind of high wire act. The body surely would have fallen. Yet there are no signs of blunt force trauma. Objection! Oh, you surprised me, Prosecutor Blackquill. You didn't actually think I failed to account for that? I'm sure that's exactly what he thought. When we investigated the stage yesterday, the bottom part of the school banner had been tied into a pouch-like shape. The pouches are useful for carrying things. What do you think this one would have carried? Well, go on. Please explain. The body was bundled into the pouch-like section of the banner and sent down the wire. Whee! The body would have been down on that stage in a flash, and there'd be no need for a mat. Oh, okay. That perfectly explains it. I've heard the phrase carrying the banner, but the banner doing the carrying? Objection! I've no patience for you and your cheap parlor tricks. Your claim is as shaky as a corpse performing an absurd high-wire act. If you have an actual objection, then just come out and say it. I trust you recall the bloodstains left on the art room pottery. If the wire had been used to move the body, it would have been via the window above the quad, the one with the winch. However, the bloodstained pottery was next to the window above the maintenance area. Ergo, the wire and banner had not at all to do with this case. Oh? The bloodstained pottery. I remember that. This doesn't look good. We'll be back to the mat theory if we don't do something. Well, Miss Sykes, I hope you have something better than this time than a circus act. If my wire theory is true, then that blood on the pottery must not have been. If the theory is true, that blood on the pottery must not have been the victim's blood or blood at all. Well, they made it fairly certain that it was blood, so we can say that it just simply didn't belong to the victim. Maybe it's not the victim's blood. Did the police check to see from whom the blood on the pottery came from? Shame on you, Sykes Dono. Have a little more respect for the constables, whatever, you know what I mean. Fulbright? Uh-oh. Fulbright! Looks like they didn't check it. Oh, don't let me get you down, Prosecutor Blackquill. Everyone makes mistakes. Spare me your cheek. We will know not either way till the tests are run. True, but in the meantime, I'm going to press my claim as far as I can. Your baldness. I demand the blood on the pottery be analyzed this instant. Of course. It shouldn't take long to get the results back. Okay. All I can think of is, if it doesn't belong to the victim, who else hurt themselves? Oh my, that was quick. We're history if it turns out to be the victim's blood. Please, please let it be someone else's. He's unhappy about it. Nah. Seems blood was not from the victim. What? Furthermore, a comparison of other parties involved with this case reveals that the blood belongs to one Hugh O'Connor. Score! Yeah, that's what I figured. I mean, he hurt himself. I mean, yeah, he hurt himself. So, who else, where else, whose blood was going to be? God, I have a squeaky chair. Yep. His hands were dripping with blood. That's what she saw. Your Honor, as we saw earlier, the witness's left hand had suffered a serious injury. He sustained a wound in a struggle with the victim, and his blood got on the pottery. Then Junie saw his blood-stained hands as they passed each other in the first-floor hall. It's the only explanation that covers everything. That's all I can see. There's but one way now to turn aside her blade, but do not cast the blame on me. Your grudge is with Sykes-Dono, for it is she who forces me to expose your secret. Fine, whatever. Wow, how much dirt does he have on Hugh? The court will observe this odd-looking envelope. This was inside that Miriam Scuttlebutt's script was found. Miss Scuttlebutt's? But didn't the prosecution already claim that this envelope is the one that contained her script? Circumstances have changed. You see, Golden Boy had hidden this from us all. Let's see here. My word! Talk about the world's most painful paper cut. Seriously, is that a spring-loaded razor or something? Indeed, you can clearly see if this envelope is not opened correctly. A powerful spring-loaded blade will shoot forth, leaving a horrible gash upon the hand. That's morbid. Who the hell did that? Was this freaking, wait. The only one who had been told of the correct way to open it was Constance Court. Holy crap. That's what she meant, huh? She is, damn. Okay. Yikes. Marion wasn't kidding when she said that. The blood and blade is the witnesses. Our genius here tried to sneak a peek at the wrong script, and paid for its foolishness. Ouch! This guy's the worst genius I've ever seen. Don't worry, Athena. The wound isn't that deep. We still got the wire theory. Yeah, I've got it. Well, since the blood by the window overlooked the maintenance area isn't the victim's, there's no longer any basis for denying the body was moved using the wire and banner. Therefore, the defense once again asserts just that. You call yourself a lawyer? Don't you see the glaring contradiction in your thinking? Huh? The court would like to remind the witness that his role is not to point out... And you, how can you adhere to such outdated beliefs? But whatever. It seems you've forgotten the two statues that were on stage directly below the wire. A body since sliding down that wire would have crashed into them. Care to explain that away? Why, I believe he's right. The statues and the wire are extremely close to it. Together. So the body would have collided with the statues? What if they did collide? Wait, that's it! I mean, they are broken. Speaking of those statues, we still don't know how they were broken. But if we assume the body crashed into them... Bunk bunk. There you go. That would also explain that loud sound we heard while we were in a waiting room. Oh, now that you mention it, you and Mr. Wright went out to the stage after you heard that sound, correct?
Objection!
Interesting. How very interesting. But may I ask just one question? When was it you heard that said sound? It was a little after the mock trial had started. Mr. Wright and I were practically bored to tears there in the waiting room when... Ah! Uh-oh. Precisely. If that sound you heard did happen while the body was being moved, that would place it during the mock trial. Oof! Which means the body wouldn't have been there before the mock trial started. Ah, crapiola. Right before the mock trial started, I saw the body. You said you saw the body before the mock trial. If so, that might claim that the body was moved during the mock trial doesn't hold water. Stupid contradiction. It's gonna get me and our case killed. The focus was just 3 suspects because the body was moved before the mock trial. That has been the major premise thus far. Your assertion, therefore, contradicts the very foundation of this case.
Objection!
Both sides still lack incontrovertible evidence. So, should we not also treat Golden Boy's testimony with some level of suspicion? Good point. Yeah! Prosecutor Blackwell is on our side. I bet he's figured out the truth behind this case. Well, great. As long as he's not up to something else. The statues really were broken when the body hit them. Then Hugh's statement about seeing a body before the mock trial is a big fat lie. Okay, Mr. O'Connor. Let's get to the bottom of this contradiction about when you saw the body. Look me straight in the eyes and repeat your statement to me. Like I said before, before the mock trial, the body was, you know... He's, like, very shifty. I should only say this once, Golden Boy. You had best tell the truth and do it now. That is, that if your head wished to enjoy the continuing companionship of your body. Yikes! Now, out with it. Did you truly witness the body? Or were you just lying about it? Well, which is it? You what? I never saw the body. Huh? Are you sure about that? Lie to this court again and I'll charge you with perjury. There was no body on that stage. I've been lying about that the whole time. I'm sorry. What the hell's going on? Yes, you exposed Hugh's big lie for what it is. But why would you lie about this to begin with? Order! The base premise that the body was moved before the mock trial has been overturned. I imagine this has an impact on both the defense and the prosecution's case. Well, first I'd like to thank the prosecutor. This brings us one step closer to the truth. Now at least we know the body was moved using a wire and school banner. Indeed, that much I shall concede, Sykes Dono. The body was moved as you stated, and in the midst of the mock trial. So both sides are satisfied then. If the body was moved before the mock trial, we have our 3 suspects. But if the move took place in the midst of the mock trial, it's an entirely different story. Right, all 3 suspects were in the mock trial. That gives them solid alibis.
Objection!
Uh-oh. How simplistic. Did you forget about the student in charge of the audio? Amidst the mock trial, she was the one soul who could have leave and re-enter the lecture hall. What's this? Who is this person in charge of the audio? Oh no! How could I forget? It was Junie. Yep. What's the deal here? And yeah, here Robin tells us that she was in charge of the audio, running back and forth everywhere. Oh, no. Indeed, the one who could enter the art room and Mr. Mock tried to move the body was none other than the accused, Juniper Woods, for she was in charge of the audio. No! Oh, God. Why, yes, I see. That does make perfect sense. Shut up, Judge. This can't be happening. Instead of exposing Hugh's crime, Judy's in even deeper. No matter how you slice it, we're cooked. And here I thought Prosecutor Black was on our side. At least on this issue. The Twisted Samurai strikes again. Twisted? It's more like Dirty Rotten. Your baldness. It is time to put an end to this farce. The prosecution has presented a quite convincing case, but the defense has one last chance to voice any remaining objections. Well, Miss Sykes? Apollo, what are we gonna do? I've got nothing left. Nothing. Nada. Niente. I've been trying to think of something, but I'm drawing a big blank too. Oh, poor Junie. Unless we figure out something, she'll be... Objection! Objection! I object to... Who did that? You? We're still shifty. Stop right there. All ears to me! It's time you heard about the rare genius of Hugh O'Connor! Wow. Okay. Listen, and you will hear a secret behind my perfect crime. Okay, don't do that, man. Ew, there's like boogers hanging out. Perfect crime! Oh my god, what is wrong with this case? Wait, this is some serious deja vu. Didn't we just go through something like this yesterday? Yeah, yes we did. This had better not be another one of those enraging traps. The murder, the moving the body, the cover-up, it all sprung from my brilliant mind. Well, go ahead, arrest me. The real killer's right before you. Order! Order, I say! Mr. O'Connor! You already confessed yesterday, and then earlier today you recanted your confession. As if your mouth breathers could comprehend my genius. The end justifies the means. Now bow down and kneel. Kneel before Zod, I mean my great and maddening intellect.
Objection!
Enough! The only thing maddening is ignominy me. You bear all the sea. Ignominy. I can't say words. Whatever. For it is impossible for you to have been the perpetrator behind this crime. Ah! There is no perfect crime, only a perfect alibi. For you were at the mock trial. It is silly that I must remind you of this, but you were a participant in the entire time. There shall be no mercy if you persist in hindering this trial with your silly little act. Hugh doesn't seem the least bit shaken by Blackwell's threat. Listen, Mr. Prosecutor. Calling that a perfect alibi is beyond contempt. Your Honor, I'd like to take this opportunity to offer further testimony. I will now demonstrate the very moment of genius that transcended even perfection. Okay, let's hear his testimony regarding his confession. You won't believe this, but I used a body double. That wasn't the real me at the mock trial. That means I did almost lose. My body double almost did. I slipped out stealthily when my double took care of the trial. I had to run on the campus. In short, I'm the killer. Juniper's innocent. I have a question I was hoping the defense and prosecution might help answer. Is it just me, or does the witness's testimony make no sense at all? No, it's not just you, Your Honor. All I got from listening to that was a headache. Yeah, that was just plain weird, especially the whole thing about a body double. Well, I'm relieved it's not just me. And the prosecution? Your baldness. Summon an ambulance this instance. The witness is stark, raving mad. Yes, I think that would be for the best. Now then, let's pretend that never happened and move on with my verdict. You people don't believe me! It's not a matter of not believing you. It's more doing the lines of questioning your sanity. Along the lines. Yeah, the funny farm just called. They want their genius back. Shut your pie holes! The intellect of a genius transcends even logic! Besides, don't you guys have that weird device for testimony like this?
Objection!
Widget's not a weird device, and I don't waste him on ridiculous testimonies. Easy there, Tiger. Think of it this way. We don't want a verdict to be passed just yet. So how about we give Widget a try? Well, this is against my better judgment, but I like to conduct a short therapy session. Your better judgment? I'm a judge, and it's far beyond mine, yet I find it hard to say no. Prosecutor Blackwell, I trust you have no objections. Whoop. Prosecutor Blackwell? The prosecutor said, rubbish. We will be out on a stroll. Then left with Detective Fulbright. How does he get away with stuff like that? Well, then I'll interpret it as a meeting. He has no explicit objections. Alright, Miss Sykes. You may proceed with your therapy session. Taka, could you please not scratch your... Oh, never mind. I see my share of crazy trials, but this one takes the cake. Not really sure about that, Apollo. You've seen some crazy ones. Whoop! Yay, widget time. Now, the time's going on a little bit on here, so I'll just take a quick gander at the statements here, and then I'll just take it from there. Oh, out of control. Happiness. Happiness is out of control? Okay, you won't believe this, but I used the body double. That wasn't a real me at the mock trial. That means I didn't almost lose my body double did. I slipped out stealthily while my double took care of the trial. Do you call that stealthily? Okay, whatever. I had the run of the campus. In short, I'm the killer. Juniper's innocent. Huh. Okay. Why does Juniper look sad there? Oh, hold on, let's do this again. I don't get it. His confession's overflowing with happiness. Maybe he enjoys thinking how us mouth breathers can't comprehend his genius. But this goes way beyond normal happiness. He seems to take an insane level of delight in his confession. Even the normal level of delight would be weird for a confession. Then again, he's not what I call normal. Hugh, why are you confessing? Who is this really for? I feel like that's the key to his out-of-control emotion. Who is it for? Okay. Well, according to that, school newspaper, the whole, like, love triangle between Robin and, Hugh and, Junie, and he said if Hugh won, he was going to confess his love to Junie. So, it kind of makes me think that he, still cares very deeply about her, even though he said, like, you know, when we were finishing the investigation before, that he doesn't really care about her because he found out she's a snitch or whatever. I just don't believe that. So Athena's saying who could he be confessing for, or, you know, who's he doing it all for? I think it might be Junie. So I think I'll do that in the next episode, guys. You know, it's 24 minutes. So, as usual, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you guys next time for Let's Play Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney, Dual Destinies. I'll see you guys later.